Welcome back, folks, to another Sooner Pro Gaming live stream. We back with some NBA footage. Finna get into this game. Philly versus the Utah Jazz. Starting at guy Sammy Sancho and the Philadelphia 76ers. Finna kick it off to a start. We on the run for the finals. Contending champs. But it ain't been an easy journey. I want to wish everybody a happy Saturday. And hope you have a good night. Good evening, as I should say. Gonna get into a little bit of chat with our sports reporter. I got another message coming up from my agent. Hey, Sammy, just received a good phone call. You have a sec? Sure, just as long as it's not local cat grooming commercial. Always for you. Thank you. The hard part has paid off. You were just named an NBA All-Star. Let's get off into this game real quick. Got T. Rozier out there, D. Mitchell, Jay Ingles, D. Favors. Ooh, Gobert. Finna romp with him. So.
Welcome. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Here, Jay, in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Come on, Ed. Can I say it, please?
All right, if you must.
Yes. Trust the process.
It has been quite a process to get to this point, Jay. They have a squad here in Philadelphia.
Terry Rozier.
The Utah Jazz control the tap.
Back at home.
To Joe Ingles.
Been on the road, man, flying on them jets, man.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Joe Ingles. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Tough shot for Joe Ingles. No good. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down. So far, so good.
Didn't take long to get this crowd on their feet. And one of the most
NBA
undervalued
basketball
things in sports, the 13th man, the fans. If they get you going in the game, they can help you sustain that energy.
Trying to cash in. Deep two there. Won't go. Oh, not a good pass there as it's stolen by Utah. Mitchell guarded by Jimmy Butler. To Gobert. Cruises inside for two.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Butler to bring it up. He'll run the offense. To Embiid. To Durant. Has a chance. Durant can't get that one to go.
You see, Ed, this is what the refs need to start calling. The defender hit the shooter right around the waist, which made him lunge into a shot and took away all of his concentration for him.
Derek Favors.
Come on now.
That one's in the
Defense.
15th row.
Favors. He
Huge
said
denial.
no.
To Durant. Kevin Durant missed his first. That one goes.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Jazz have the ball.
Man, that was a steal.
Down to Gobert. No good and no foul. To Embiid. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the play. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Joel Embiid trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Embiid's free throw good. A three-point play. The Sixers extend the lead. Donovan Mitchell with the rock. To Rozier. Joe Ingles to Gobert. Short jumper won't go down. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Mitchell with it up top. They trail by 7. To Rozier. Deep left corner.
I like the way they was back and forth. That's DeAndre Jordan.
Possession, they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
And finishes strong. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
To Joe Ingles. Rozier buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just let me break down to all the young players
Lost
at
me.
home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Mitchell with the basketball. Trailing by 4. Great pass to set it up.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Down low for Gobert. Throws it down.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
And throws it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Favors. Joe Ingles. Nothing going here on that drive. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Oh, good defense by the Jazz as they come away with the steal. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
The free throw is good. It's back to a one-point game. To Embiid. Rudy Gobert pins it. That's out. Last touch by Rudy Gobert. Durant. It's good. Coach wants to see more from his D. How do you neutralize a threat like Kevin Durant?
Well, that weak side defender constantly has to shade Kevin Durant, and that primary defender, you have to funnel KD into help every single possession, contest shots, and hope that you can deter his vision and that he misses.
Scores and the foul. Rudy Gobert, count the basket, and now a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his
Hanging
head.
down there.
Rudy Gobert at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Not the best career mark, 62%. Free throw's good to cement the three-point play. The lead is back down to 1. Kevin Durant with the rock. Now a drive, but the shot won't fall. Joe Ingles, knocked loose. Sixers have it. Turns and slams it down.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, head jab it. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
To Rozier. Joel Embiid.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
With Grayson in.
Joe Ingles. From the painted area, won't go down. The follow won't go either.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Gobert to Rozier. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper off the mark. To Butler. Jimmy Butler, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Screen coming. To Gobert. The Jazz with 4 in the shot clock. Rozier gets a look. Can't hit. To Butler. And the rebound taken in by Utah. Rozier with it. Down 5. Driving right to the basket. A lot of contact. No whistle.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Missed it. How'd that not go down? Knocked loose. Ingles. Tough matchup against Butler.
Go get him. Go get him.
Sixers control it. Jimmy Butler. 3 for 4.
Butler.
Good start. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Rozier into the front court. Right now, down 7. Joel Embiid with the block. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
In.
Oh, good defense by the Jazz as they come away with it. Rozier rocking the rim. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
To Embiid. And the finish at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Come on, man. You can't let him do like
off
that.
the step back.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Scores from the
Get you
post.
some Spalding.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Utah's got it. Cashes in for two.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Donovan.
Baller into the front court. Up 5. To Embiid. Oh, he blocked it.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
That's out of bounds. Last touch by the Jazz. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
They got a little bit better inside. You can tell.
Butler. Cleans it up. The follow won't go either. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. And a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Time for some new personnel into the game. Rozier. He made his first effort, but not that time. The follow won't go either. Embiid to Allen. Doesn't get the bounce.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some
Live
people
at the
choose
Wells
to use
Fargo
it or not.
Center.
I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Now to Jordan, down low. DeAndre Jordan, look out.
If you didn't,
They got a
then we have
nice
to talk about it.
Jazz got a squad. I ain't gonna lie.
And the
They got
rebound taken down by the
defense.
Jazz.
They hanging in there.
That'll do it for the first quarter. It's the Sixers out in front. On to the second quarter. Neither team sees control in the first. Some interesting things, though, certainly on display.
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game.
To Brunson. Here comes the screen. Brunson stuffs it down with authority.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Five to shoot for Utah. Mitchell. Tough shot. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Grayson Allen to Brunson. Here comes the screen. Brunson to Allen. Deep 2 there, won't go. Rozier with it. 5-point game.
out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Not that time, and not his shot. Brunson. And he's going to the line to shoot.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Justin Patton at the line. First free throw is good. And he makes them both. Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Has a look. Mitchell's shot, no good. Oh, not a good pass there as it's stolen by Utah. Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. Now a steal on a very lazy pass there.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
To Allen. Oh, he had him there for a second. To Durant. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
And when people talk about vision, people usually talk about the vision to make the pass. But how about seeing the chaos in the traffic before the pass even occurs? That's next level vision. How can I catch people out of position defensively? That's what we saw in that last possession.
Rozier into the front court. His team down 9. Nothing going here on that drive. Justin Patton sends it away.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody will be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
Utah with the possession. To Jordan. Mitchell's shot off the mark.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Across the timeline, it's Rozier. Down 11. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Terry Rozier trying to cash in on the three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw is good to finish off the three-point play. And the margin down to 8. Philadelphia with the basketball. Oh, good defense by the Jazz as they come away with the steal. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Butler to Durant. Kevin Durant. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
To Joe Ingles. To Rozier. To Durant. Rudy Gobert able to recover with the block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Nice pass to get things going.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
To Butler. Down low Durant. And a nice finish at the rim.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
To Joe Ingles. To Rozier. Won't go. Durant buries the wide open 3. That's too easy.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2 guard. Scary.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. To Rozier. Offensive board. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it. Sixers call for time as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Butler. To Durant. 4-3. Had made his first couple, but he misses there.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To Joe Ingles. Tough make through traffic.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
Kevin Durant lets it fly. That's no good. Rozier with it. They trail by. Stuffs it down with authority.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Kevin Durant lets it go. Wide open look, won't go. Rozier into the front court. Down 5. Joe Ingles to Rozier. The shot almost. Butler to bring it up. Leads 5. Durant. Oh, emphatic slam.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
They get it down to Gobert. Throws it down.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia to Durant. sizing up the defense. Surveys the floor. Here's Durant for two. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
To Rozier. To Brunson. Finishing inside the paint.
Kevin Durant stepping up, got 20.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Sixers have the basketball. Butler. Rudy Gobert. Tips it.
Rudy
This game
down
is
there
all
banging.
about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Durant across the timeline. It's a 9-point lead. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Justin Patton has got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. Can't connect on the first free throw.
Number 14, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Subbing in for the Philadelphia 76ers, number 24.
Knocks down the second after missing the first. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. They find themselves down 10. To Gobert. Knocked loose. He's on the deck. Great sacrifice.
Zero going
Sixers
hard
control.
out there.
Not that time. Rozier with it. Under a minute to go before halftime. That's it.
Yeah.
Last touch by Joe Ingles. To Durant. The drive right to the basket. Nice pass to set things up.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
To Favors. Joe Ingles knocked loose. And this will be out of bounds. Off of Butler. It'll stay with Utah. And there's the whistle. Neither player giving up an inch. We have a tie-up. Well, as they get ready for the jump, someone's going to come away with the basketball. Driving right to the basket. Couple of cracks at the line now.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Kevin Durant, couple of free throws on the way. Career 88% from the line. And he connects on the first free throw.
Halftime coming up, folks.
2 for 2 on that trip.
Philly 9-0 run. Last 2:24.
A shot at the buzzer. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting reports. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
Knocks down the first. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. First half in the books, and the 76ers have to be feeling good.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The 76ers will start the second half with a decent lead. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaky. The Jazz are in need of some changes at the half. They've been scrapping, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. Have a look at the leading scorers. For the Utah Jazz,
Game track. Assists.
what you see on screen is how this team was able to gain its competitive advantage, doing what's necessary for the lead.
Player of the half.
Kevin Durant did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us. And see you again after the game.
Utah ball. Shot for Mitchell won't go. To Butler. Jimmy Butler looking good. 4 for 5.
And I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Rozier rocking the rim. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
To Butler. Screen coming. Shot clock winding down. From the outside, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
That's out of bounds. Last touch by the Jazz. So possession stays with Philadelphia. Durant buries it on the catch and shoot. Kevin Durant, dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
Joel Embiid swats it. Fourth this contest. Scooped up, going the other way. To Durant. finally, play is stopped on the tie-up.
I'm trying to give it to Butler.
They don't want to lose this possession. Let's see what they can do with the jump. Rudy Gobert rejects it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Embiid, good for 2.
This is a statement game for this unit. This defense has generated a lot of easy offense. And the one thing we know in the league, easy offense is hard to come by.
Joe Ingles to Rozier. Joel Embiid sends it away. Ooh, 5 now.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Too much contact, and free throws coming.
I don't mind that effort at all. At least they're still out here competing on the defensive end.
Jimmy Butler at the line for 2 shots. A career 83% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Mitchell with it up top. His guys down big. Down low to Favors. To Rozier. Goes reverse to lay it in.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
No good, and no foul. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. To Favors. Joe Ingles to Rozier. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Come on,
Missed a short
man.
one there. Joel Embiid. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Defenders had no
Wasn't
chance
money.
on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Nice finish at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Durant. Goes to the left side. Rebounds pulled in by Gobert. Rozier into the front court. Down a bundle. To Favors. Whistle blows. Oh, his back was to the basket. 5-second count. It's going the other way. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions.
I think my guy in a slump right now.
Durant.
They got that inside down there. They've been beating my stuff,
Strong
man.
finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Across the timeline, it's Rozier. He'll run the offense. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing.
I mean, as
When you
Durant
allow a
stepped
player
up,
to
got
dance
us
that much space, that's a problem.
balling.
Rozier with it.
Joel
Looking to make
Embiid.
something
Oh, he out there. I was gonna say I ain't even seen him
Oh,
really
not a
all
good
game.
pass there. That's a turnover. Butler. They'll get it to Durant. Derek Favors. Huge block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To Joe Ingles. Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air. Incredible. 6 tonight.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
jumper off the mark. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Durant with the basketball up top. His guys holding the big lead. To Butler. Fires the three, and Jimmy Butler all in stride. Catches your three is good.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know
Jimmy got 13, Kevin got 27.
Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Nothing going here on that drive. Whoa, look what I found.
You know it's a bad block when somebody snatches the ball out of the air. Wow.
Here's Durant for two. Deep two there, won't go.
That boy Terry been balling though.
Kevin Durant knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
And I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal. Grayson Allen to Durant. Here's a chance from long range. Cleans it up. Off the mark.
And the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
To Durant. No good. Defense catching a break there. Mitchell, tough matchup against Durant.
Gobert been balling too.
Fires the three. Now that's a contest.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Grayson Allen to Durant. Nothing going here on that drive. Doesn't have the touch. No good. To Gobert. Not that time. To Durant. Embiid. Can't connect from in close.
Grayson.
Basket inside.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
It's Jazz ball. Scores from the post.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Durant across the timeline. His guys hold a commanding lead. Almost, and he's not getting the call.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss his shot. That's great defense.
Good steal.
To Durant. Embiid. Nice pass to set things up.
They got that lane clogged up down there.
To Gobert. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Trying to cash in. Oh,
Follow up.
And that's what he does. I love players like this. We don't need to draw any plays for you to go out and get yours.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. To Brunson. Won't go. Joe Ingles. To Allen. No good. Has a chance. Shot by Crowder. No good. Joel Embiid with a piece. 8 now. And the 2. Rudy Gobert cashes in.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Brunson.
Hey, watch this screen left.
Won't go. He can do better than that. And scores.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Take stock of the floor. Oh, straight down the middle for 2.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Embiid. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has
Spalding
very little to
stepping
lose
up
on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Probing the defense. Great feed, sets it up. The drive, right to the basket. Full throttle, right to the basket for the deuce.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
From the painted area, won't go down. Jordan. That misses with 3 seconds left. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That's the end of the 3rd quarter, and a great start for the 76ers. It's been a compelling game so far. The 4th quarter is underway. To Allen. Has a look. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Great dish to set it up. Whoa!
Trying to
what
make a
finish.
comeback.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Count the basket at the rim.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's
Man,
5 fingers
come
working collectively
on.
together.
I got
as
4
one. That's how you
fouls.
deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're
They
seeing.
got me on 2 good ones.
A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down. Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field. And count the basket.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before.
I'm 2
It was
for
so
10.
contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Ah, the monster stuff. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
To Allen. Nothing going here on that drive. Runner here won't go down.
Man, I'm messing up my percentage.
Rozier rocking the rim. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
And scores, plus the foul. DeAndre Jordan, another strong finish, going to the line for a chance at 3.
They slowly but surely try to creep back in, though.
Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
You gotta slow it down. Cause they got a team.
One free throw good, so he converts on the three-point play, and the lead down to 11. Durant. Gets it in the left corner. Now a steal by Philly.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Drive to the basket, but the shot won't go. Mitchell with the basketball. His guy's down 11. And the finish, slam dunk.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Embiid. Finger roll, finishing with finesse.
And a lot of passers usually have their head on the swivel, but ultimately, either you have a feel for the game or you don't.
Cleared out by Embiid. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Mitchell with it up top. The deficit now up to 13. Off the assist.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Kevin Durant has it. To Embiid. Durant. To Embiid. Able to convert inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Rozier into the front court. His guys trail by 13. Gets it in the right corner. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
The ones that really earn their paycheck are the ones that refuse to be screened. You stuck to that screen like Velcro.
To Embiid. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
He said he shouldn't be talking to nobody.
First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line. Jazz have the ball. To Favors. Shot from the lane won't go. To Butler. Slams it down. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative. Because right now, the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Durant. Favors. Rises for the slam.
For any fans out there that thought Donovan Mitchell didn't put any stock into the fact that he was not the Rookie of the Year, you are wrong. Donovan Mitchell is that type of guy that uses everything in his power to fuel him to be the best on the court each and every day. If that was a campaign he built with Adidas, rookie question mark, it doesn't matter. That perceived failure is something that will only make this kid better tomorrow.
DeAndre Jordan with the block. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Donovan Mitchell. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Butler to Embiid. Oh, he had it. That's rebounded by Rozier. Joe Ingles to Gobert. Oh, emphatic slam.
And easy to get back on defense.
To Embiid. DeAndre Jordan sends it away.
Continuous effort is the key for your team's success. No one this entire ball game has quit on a play. That right there, that's what's going to help your team win this game.
Durant to Embiid. And it's Jordan there to handle the rebound. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. The deficit is 6. And look out.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Oh, a nice step through to get to the basket.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Rozier with it. Down 6. To Favors. Knocked loose. Taken by the Sixers. To Butler. Embiid. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten... Oh, he sent that one to the 3rd row. He was locked in. That was impressive.
I ain't even try to look at that. Come on, y'all.
Durant to Embiid. Add 2 points to the board.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Rozier into the front court. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
DeAndre Jordan at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw good to finish off the 3-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. Philadelphia with the basketball. To Embiid. Joel Embiid. He's got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. First one, count it. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2 to Joe Ingles. Free throws coming
Oh,
up.
they
The
cheat,
reality is
man.
good
Somebody,
jump shooters know
they
how to
cheating.
get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. A good defense by the Jazz as they come away with it. To Favors. Joel Embiid able to recover with the block. 9 blocks.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Butler to Durant. No good and no foul. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. The deficit now up to 5. Joe Ingles knocked loose. Sixers have it. No good. Defense catching a break there to Jordan. Yes, and a foul.
Man,
He'll
this
have a
is
chance
cheating.
at
I
a
think they hacked the
three-point play.
game or
The
something.
defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
DeAndre Jordan trying to cash in on the three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw good.
He
as
don't
finishes
never
off
hit
the
free
three-point
throws like
play.
that.
They're back within a bucket. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out. Rozier with it. Looking to make something happen. Great looking vision. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Wide open look won't go.
If I'm the player that just missed that shot, just because you're open doesn't mean you need to shoot. You can put...
KD follows up with the putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Rozier into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. He wants it at the rim and scores.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
To Embiid. Butler to Embiid. Good look that time, but off the mark. To Joe Ingles. To Favors. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Huh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
I think they got the game hacked. Cause my controls, they messed up.
Derek Favors at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. And the free throw is good. 3 points on that trip. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Butler. DeAndre Jordan tips it. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. Leads just a point. It's a big finish.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Going to launch beyond the arc. And the Jazz have it. They cleared the rebound. To Favors. And he throws it down. Power play by DeAndre Jordan.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
To Embiid. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Joel Embiid trying to cash in on the three-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. The free throw's good. It's a three-point play, and the lead sliced to 2. To Rozier. Oh, ferocious slam inside. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
To Durant. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called the 40 inch vertical.
To Joe Ingles.
Man, they move.
From the painted area, won't go down. Missed a wide open look. Utah's got it. To Joe Ingles. It was right there. To Butler. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Mitchell with the basketball. Lead is 2. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. From 18 feet. At the buzzer. Yes. It drops. A little drama on that one. Now whistle and a timeout for Utah as they dig into their bag of tricks, trying to draw up the game winner. 17-footer for the win. No time left on this period, and it's deadlocked, all tied up. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. And we're underway here in the extra period. To Favors. Joel Embiid swats it. Been a brick wall. 10 blocks on the night.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Now a pass stolen by the Sixers.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
To Favors. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to lead the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Utah with the possession. Jimmy Butler rejects it. And he stepped out of bounds. Turns the ball over. Knocked loose. Jazz have it. To Favors. Slam dunk, Derek Favors.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Rudy Gobert.
Man, that's a foul, man. Them niggas long.
Anybody on the defensive end standing
Hey,
up out of
G,
position. I
ill.
see everybody squatted down,
Hey,
really
G.
active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
To Gobert. Joel Embiid. Huge block. Make that 11. That's out. Last
Got a
touch
good
by
game.
Joel Embiid. Favors. The pass set it all up.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
To Durant. He throws it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Oh, throws it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Rozier with it. He'll run the offense. To Gobert. Oh, the slam popped out. Runner's good there.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
And a whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like
Them
that.
niggas G.
Substitution being made in this one. To Rozier. Gobert. Oh, big finish at the rim. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Sixers have the basketball. Butler to Brunson. Embiid, good for two.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Mitchell with it up top. They trail by 2. To Rozier. Shot clock winding down. Rozier. Message received. Well defended. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Rozier into the front court. Trailing by 4. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
The Sixers with 4 to shoot. Here's Durant for 2. Deep 2 there, won't go. Utah ball. Ingles against KD. There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. He'll take the ball out of bounds. That stops the clock with 11 seconds to go as they apply the intentional foul.
Oh no, I guess it was a mystery. It's a good game, but my controls, man, they wasn't doing the same as they usually do. Couple shots, I say I was,
Does not
but
go.
the other ones, and they had a good inside, but The control, I don't know. They just seemed it weird. Like, I don't know.
No good. Missed the ball.
Come on, man. Once they do something like 4 points.
Rozier. Can't connect. The Sixers are victorious as they win it in overtime. That'll wrap things
Good
up
game.
for Jay Williams.
The
And our
hardest
entire
game
crew,
of the season.
I'm Ed Cohen. This has
Right
been a
here, Utah
presentation
Jazz.
of the NBA on EA
If it was the
Sports.
controls of the game, I don't know, but it was a mystery. Then they had all them blockers, man. They had Gobert, Favors, Jordan. They had it hard for me to have them tonight, man. We gotta keep paving through.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers needed extra minutes to get the victory. It was a remarkable
Overtime.
game
We went to
way in,
overtime
but
tonight.
it was also a terrific game overall. I'm glad to have been a part of it. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Jazz are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. And while they didn't win the game, they could have won a dunk contest. They put down plenty of slams in this matchup.
Terry got off. He got off tonight.
Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Utah Jazz.
They got a squad. They got their defense is hard to get in.
Game track. Assists.
I was really impressed by the way these teams shared the ball. As you can see in these highlights, the ball movement was spectacular. It can't be said enough. The extra pass can make all of the difference.
Player of the game.
Easy choice for player of the game. No one else made as big of an impact in this
No.
matchup.
I think that was the worst game I shot
Check them out.
ever.
Number 2.
Appreciate all the viewers. Thank y'all for stepping in and watching this high octane game, man. I was on my heels tonight.
Check out the upcoming game for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Orlando,
This has been
Denver,
a presentation
Boston.
of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.
$19 assists. Getting off. Uh-oh, we're closer. We're getting closer to that icon status. That's what we headed for. The world is watching. Man, I thought, boy, I knew man, I can't even explain how I'm feeling right now with this game. Amazing win. Headed to the All-Star game. We got a squad for the Eastern All-Star game, man. We got Embiid, Giannis, Kawhi, Bradley, boy Sammy, got Davis, Drummond, LeBron, Devon Mitchell. He was just out there balling. Damian Lillard, he leading the stats. He got a pretty nice stat sheet. Harden, Chris Paul, George, Towns, Harrison, Kyrie, Aldridge, with Tobias, already named him. Ben, Tatum, Wall. We got a rookie, post anchor, the boys. Play for the Pacers. Got a nice squad. They got Kawhi Leonard, I think. Yep. Kevin made it. Oh, yeah, we got them Sixers, boy. We on the award race. I told you them Pacers and the Jazz, that's the hardest teams. They coaches. MVP, Joel, he leading. Ooh, Devon Mitchell, he was getting off too last night. Most improved player, Alfred. Defensive player, rookie of the year, Patrick Blunt for them Spurs. Bobby Hill, I think he used to play for OU. 6th man of the year. Tyreke Evans for them Pacers, man. Them Pacers, boy, I'm telling you, last year they gave us. We scared. We ain't scared, but we know they can beat us. They beat us before. They beat us like we won 7 games in the finals. Won it. Kyrie dropped 36 on the Raptors. Yeah, them steals helped us. Like that one steal, I think. Oh no, it helped us. I think it helped us get the tie. More sports reporter Sidney Elliott keeps our energy running. I'm not a gambler. Getting aggressive on defense. I was trusting 2 buckets on the floor. We ain't gonna push it. Yeah, we gonna cut this one off right here. Then we gonna get back into another live stream against the Orlando Magics. And I thank you guys for viewing. If you ain't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Hit that like button. We're gonna be back at you with some more NBA footage here shortly. Sooner Pro Gaming.